Hello, I'm Dory. I play the series when I have time in the morning. If you can only leave a comment during the character selection, it's a turn-based game where you can leave your famous combo. There were a lot of comments saying that this series is really fun. But if you think about it again, it's probably because a lot of you got the right answer in the comments, so it's not that easy, I guess. Amato Gil is the strongest boss in the history of the series. It's a matchup where projectile attacks don't work. Players would sometimes get frustrated when they couldn't beat Terry. For reference, each character has their own combo video, so watch Terry's video too. By the way, Wangyorie is not a basic move that's just good for close range fighting. However, fast movement and recovery frames impress. Compared to the standard type character, it's not that great. However, it's not a move you'll use to field, so it was disappointing. Some people say that this is how you fill the attribute pool, but personally, I don't think that's the case. Actually, that's not entirely wrong either. Next is the basic A attack with a punch motion. Honestly, I don't know where else you would use this. But the problem is that the range is just too short. Even if used at the end, it doesn't fit. Technically, it can start combos and connect to special moves. However, outside of combos, it's nearly useless. Honestly, facing him really annoys me. I can't get close at all and have to keep dodging and blocking his attacks. The movement and recovery frames have returned. In the original 97 series, this is the most crucial basic move and the core of combos, serving as a vital bridge in connecting attacks. Although not the fastest of Terry's 97 moves, it's essential for most situations to play him effectively. It's also effective as a poking tool when used for counterattacks. It's basically Terry's longest range normal move. The name of this basic zoning move is Yashiro, but in reality, Yashiro himself has a longer reach than Terry. But the difference is that it's hard to judge with the naked eye, so at long range, you should consider their basic moves to be about the same. Even a slight difference matters. At close range, Terry's moves are faster, so Yashiro will lose against him. If you think that all the characters with similar answers and appearances are the same, that's not correct. Only a few characters can match Terry's move speed, and most will lose. Next is, but the person who made the note. It's Vibnida. It's faster than expected and more frequent. I've known Ripnida, different. If you think of Stun Guardian characters, Anja B, it's Anja. Despite its simplicity, I can't do it thrice. And you can't move on to the special technique right away. To move on, you have to firmly master A first. Jinjum low risk. This is the start of high return combo. Good timing is crucial to connect combos, even with low damage. This is a fundamental skill you'll learn as you master the character's basics. To put it simply, just press B, A, and C in order while keeping your opponent in front of you. That way, you can connect combos more easily and powerfully than other characters. Of course, whether it's a good combo or not depends on your own preferences. This isn't a move that's as fast as a projectile, but it's a basic move that allows you to approach the player quickly. The reason why it's convenient for close range is because it's a basic 2-hit move. You can easily connect it with 1-2 hits or any other move you want, so it becomes a combo starter. When you use it up close after a combo, the command doesn't get complicated, and whether it's the first or second hit, you can easily connect it to other moves. With a solid basic defense, you could keep up with the game tempo using just close range C. It's not just Anja A that's good, but Anja C is also quite useful because Anja C can also be used for poking. If you want to put pressure on your opponent with close range moves, you can use Anja C to poke and then try to catch them with a throw. Also, when you're trying to catch someone with an infinite throw, it's effective to cancel into Anja C during the approach. This is a command from the previous section. You can use the command easily thanks to the simplified input for the shortcut command. Power supply? In 9-8, you can clear it by just dodging the attacks, but 9-7 is a bit difficult. Close range C and close range D have the same activation frame. And the damage is also the same, so there's no difference between using C or D, right? Then should I just use C, or is there a situation where I should use D? Close range D is easier to land than expected due to its wide hitbox. If you just mash the button, it's easy to miss the cancel timing for close range D. When you're up close, you can just use crouching light punch or close C to take control. In close range, where you can't use standing C or D, use crouching D immediately. That's the basic. Power Wave is a very strong zoning move. Now it may seem pretty normal, but back then there was nothing like it. It was a really powerful zoning move. This is Jeff A, who didn't even bother to explain the straightforward long-range D button. The move is fast, but its attack retention frame is too short, and the hitbox itself isn't that great either. But opponents won't just stand there and let you hit them with this obvious move like in the demonstration. But Jeff B is very different compared to A. Thank you. The next attack is, if you want to do it, you can use it like this to block the opponent. It looks really good, but honestly, it has a lot of basic weaknesses. You may be wondering why I'm saying this, and some of you might be considering it. Wuxian, the basic form of a jump shot, is possible for offensive purposes, but when you try to use that form against a real opponent, even if you try to stick to the basics, the opponent will block you. Have any of you ever successfully landed a side guard and then tried to follow up with a close range basic attack? And next, even with a standard style side jump, if the opponent blocks, you can't follow up with a back throw. This is only possible for characters with high mobility or special moves. If you hit with a proper method from the front, the combo will connect. Rather than Jeff, I prefer using Nama for this. Other characters can also hit reliably if you space and time it well, but Yakadu can hit a little more reliably than Jeff. However, you shouldn't get too close behind Jeff. It's not easy to connect a combo when trying to hit from behind. Personally, I think it's impossible. But fortunately, hitting the back of the head can connect a combo. But if the opponent is just a little bit far away, you can't hit the back of the head. This character is designed solely for field situations. When you fight against a real person, not the central processing unit, Terry's defense becomes useless. If you're not just fighting against slow-moving characters, but against everyone, you can use Terry more freely. Next is Terry's special move, C. In the past, standing uppercuts like C were basic moves, but Terry's flashy special moves popularized the term rising uppers. This led to the flashy uppercut becoming more common, often used as a counterattack or anti-air move, even in special move combos. Its anti-air capability is good, so it's often used as a combo finisher. It's just a normal move when used alone, but after a special move, it becomes an essential special move for connecting big damage combos. If you hit Terry with a low attack once, it's practically a 100% chance for both types of combos. Even though I only practiced for a short time today, I was able to pull off combos this easily. If you call it a power wave and say it's a skill, it used to be a bit disappointing, but now its performance is pretty good. Even though the range of the hitbox has been reduced, the projectile doesn't disappear. If used up close, it activates faster than expected. Even if you see the strong version's projectile, the attack judgment itself is a bit lower, and since the hitbox is lower than it looks, it's hard to hit with the tip. So even if you use it as a zoning tool from a distance, it's hard to keep your opponent away easily. The attack judgment only appears in front, so it's a typical projectile for zoning. Actually, there's not much reason to use this move. For the strong version and the weak version as well, the hitbox is only in front, so it's a common projectile. However, the weak version has a clear disadvantage. The problem is that there's a hurt box behind the guard point. It's not just that the guard point gets broken, but because of this, the weak version is very vulnerable to counterattacks. But the strong version has a guard point, so the hurt box disappears while it's active. Compared to the weak version, the anti-air capability itself is excellent, but if you miss, you'll be severely punished, so you need to use it carefully. Jinjin Fenderkun is a character that's hard to master unless you really know how to use his unique mechanics, so it's tough to play and tough to face. If you get caught by the end lag, it's hard to deal with Terry, so you need to be careful when guarding. It's true that the guard on the fist is a bit tricky, but at the end distance, it's not that easy to punish him. There are only a few Terrys who use the Turner in neutral, but even so, it's still pretty tough to deal with in the game. Using only Terry, Power Dunk, and Burn Knuckle from a distance with Kim Kaflin gets boring fast. I really like it, so I keep using it. If you actually try it, this is what happens. Don't just try to hit the power shot right away, because this technology is the foundation of Sijin Jiangmin's power shot. Before it became known as Power Charge, back in my childhood, this technique was called Power Spear. Power Shot is better for beginners than Strong Shot. EP is currently using the strong version. The reason I wanted to show this is because I wanted to see where the attack judgment comes out. In order to use the infinite power combo, it's better to cancel with B for a faster attack judgment. Using the power combo in this way will cause you to miss the grab. Worry. In Dongnei, it's called Muksu, but if you keep using the power combo recklessly, for us, it's just Muksu. It's there. But it's a spinning technology. When you spin the ball in the air, the image looks alive. It hits hard. That's how it is. You can also add toppings. That's why it's often used as a topping for delivery, and usually you can order it as a side menu with delivery chicken. Honestly, at this level, isn't it almost legal to call it a stone cold combo? You can easily survive even without using the skill. Let's take care of Orochi's minions with Terry. When you participate in this, if you don't have several contracts, you can't play the big match. But still, I think it would be fun to try the big match while reminiscing about the old days. The winner was decided easily and someone just kept spinning around with the robot. Some people just kept spinning the screw while others used their wits to get to the end. Back when I played 97, people would cheer for your character pick on the select screen, or even play for you. Those types were everywhere. I remember standing behind those guys, secretly watching their command inputs, and then teaching those hidden commands to my friends. 20 or 30 years ago, were most arcades like that?